Hello students. In this session of class, I am going to discuss about the conditions for constructive and destructive interference. You know what is constructive and what is destructive interference? Constructive interference is one in which the intensity of light is maximum at that point. And destructive interference is one where the intensity of light is completely become zero. It means to understand what is constructive and destructive interference, suppose if this is a screen and these two are the points of sources, say S1 and S2. So this is the exact midpoint. From the midpoint, if I consider a point on the screen such that this point is exactly equidistant from both S1 and S2. Here, the value of n is equal to 0 because there is no phase difference. So later on, the value of n increases from here to upwards as positive value, here to downwards as negative value. Let us consider this point is n is equal to 1 and this point is n is equal to 2, and here it is n is equal to minus 1, here it is n is equal to minus 2. So like this, from the equidistance point, the value of n goes on increases in positive value in the upward direction, in negative value in the downward direction. So in the previous video, we already discussed. So if I consider this point, 100% there should be a constructive interference. You know the condition for constructive interference. Constructive interference, CI is constructive interference. The path difference delta x should be equal to. Path difference means from here to here and here to here, the distance. If the waves are ranging from here to here and here to here, it will take same number of waves. There is no path difference. The path difference is 0. So here also n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, there is some path difference. Here the path difference is 0. It means exactly at this point 100% you will get constructive interference. Clear? So this is the point where the constructive interference is obtained. Generally, if I consider this point is also, we will get the constructive interference. This point is also, we will get the constructive interference. So then where do you get the destructive interference? Exactly half of this point. It means n plus half. For all values of n lambda, so for all values of n lambda, we will get constructive interference. Then for destructive interference, delta x should be equal to, for all values of n plus half lambda. So these two conditions we already discussed in the previous video. Clear now? So what is the condition for constructive interference? If the path difference between these two sources to reach the particular point where we are decided on the screen, that value, if the delta x value, the difference between these two waves length should be equal to, if it is n lambda, n is equal to 0, n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, etc. For all values of n, we will get constructive interference where the intensity I is equal to 4 times I naught. Because the intensity at that point is directly proportional to square of the amplitude. Why? Amplitude at that point y is equal to 2a into cos phi will get, or cos theta. Clear now? So at destructive interference, the intensity is completely 0 because the amplitude is 0. Y is equal to 0. 2a means we will get 0. So it means at constructive interference, the intensity is 4 times I naught. At destructive interference, intensity is 0. So it means for all values of n is equal to 1, 2, 3 or minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. For all values of n is equal to, where n is an integer, whether it may be positive or negative, including 0. So including 0. For all values of n including 0, we will get constructive interference. For all values of n plus half lambda, it means for all values of n plus half, you know why we are getting for all values of n plus half? So path difference S2P or S2Q minus S1Q is equal to, for all values we'll take 2n plus 1. You know what is 2n plus 1? 2n plus 1 is the even number or even multiple of lambda by 2 for destructive interference. For constructive interference, S2P minus S1P is equal to, here instead of 2n plus 1, you will take only 2n lambda by 2. If 2 get cancels, you will get n lambda. Here if 2 get cancelled, it is n plus half lambda. Clear now? If I transfer to here, it will apply for both the terms. It will become n plus half lambda only. So generally we can say for all values of n lambda, including 0, 0, 1, 2 or minus 1, minus 2, plus or minus I will take including 0, 100% there the intensity is maximum. It means there should be a constructive interference. So other than that point means if it is exactly added with a half, so n plus half, it means this is the point, midpoint between 0 and this one will get destructive interference. Between these 2 points will get destructive interference. So this is the point where the destructive, here the destructive, here the destructive. It means this is the point where the constructive interference. Here it is constructive, destructive. It means 100% you will get alternative constructive and destructive interference with equal distance, because after 0 we will get half, after half we will get 1, after 1 we will get 1.5. So like that the value goes on increases from the central or equidistant from both the sources. It means you will get alternative dark and bright fringes will get during interference pattern. So today in this session of class, I am going to explain if the value lies between the any arbitrary, so interference between any arbitrary points. So arbitrary points means whether it may be between 0 to minus half or whether it may be between 0 to plus half. It means between 0 to 0.5. If the value is exactly on 0, you know 100% constructive interference. If the value is exactly on 0.5, we will get 100% destructive interference. Suppose if the value lies between 0 and 0.5, what type of interference, how the interference pattern will be takes place, that I want to discuss in this class. Clear now? So what the thing I am taking? The interference between any two arbitrary points or any fractional position, I will say, other than the 0.5 value. So I will take between 0 to 0.5. Not on 0, not on 0.5. Exactly on 0 it is constructive. Exactly on 0.5 destructive interference. Suppose if it is lies between these two numbers, the position is lies between these two numbers, then how the interference pattern can be considered, that I want to consider. Clear? So let us consider if it is lies between these 2 points. Let us come from the first source. Say it is the first source S1 and this is the second source S2. The waves are reaching at certain distance. So this is the point where the phase difference between the first and second wave. From here to here, let us consider the value is y1 is equal to a cos phi. We will consider y1 is equal to a cos phi. Y1 is equal to a cos theta, or else you can take y1 is equal to a cos theta. Clear? So from here to here it is y2 is equal to a cos theta plus or minus phi. Plus means above value. Minus means below value. So here theta is in terms of waves, you know that omega t. Clear, no? You know how to write the wave. So omega is angular frequency or angular velocity, we can say, related to wave. So the first wave is from here to here, it will take a cos omega t at this point where it is the value lies between 0 to 0.5 at any position other than 0 and 0.5 lies between any position. Then y2 is equal to a cos omega t. That difference between the first and second wave is phi. Phi is called the phase difference between first and phase means angle. Path means length. So I was taken phase. What is phase? So let phi be the phase. Phase means angle. Phase difference between first and second source. To reach the particular point what we have chosen to discuss, the any arbitrary point. So let us consider the superposition principle. You know that from superposition principle, so what is superposition principle? You know the statement of superposition principle. It is the vectorial sum of individual waves. Vectorial sum of individual waves. There we have considered both magnitude and direction while adding any two waves when they are superposed. So resultant wave is y, individual wave is y1 and y2. Sum of these two will get the resultant wave according to superposition principle. Clear now? So then substitute the value. Y1 is equal to a cos omega t and y2 is equal to a cos omega t plus phi. So what is phi? The phase difference. So understand carefully what is phase difference. From here to here it will take certain number of waves. From here to here it will take other than that wave. That other than value, that difference, what we call them as phase difference. So phase difference. Suppose let us consider at this position the angle is pi. So at some other point from here to here the pi value is other than that. So the phase value, the angle phase pi is other than, it may be phi plus some fraction value. Some fraction value is any value theta. So collectively we call them as phi here. Clear now? So there is a phase difference, angle difference between the first source and second source. It will take to reach at this point. Clear now? So what is phi? So it is the phase or angle difference between the first source and the second source at a particular position. We have taken arbitrary point on the screen. So substitute the values. Then it will get y is equal to, y1 is a cos omega t plus, what is y2? A cos omega t plus phi. You take a as a common factor. It will become cos omega t plus phi. Phi is the phase difference. Clear now? You know how to simplify this. So this type of derivation you already done in the previous year in first PUC wave topic. There we have taken superposition derivation. So there we have taken cos, instead of here we have taken cos function, there we have taken a sine function. So here we have taken cos function. So you know the formula for cos C plus cos D. What is the formula for cos C and cos D? Cos C plus cos D. 2 into cos of C plus D by 2 into, again you will get cos only, C minus D by 2. So this is the standard trigonometric formula. So which helps to understand or which helps to simplify this type of expressions. So you will get y is equal to, one second.